visionary leaders build a life and business legacy on purpose through mindset, branding, marketing, sales, systems, and team so they can make an amazing impact and income and positively affect their communities worldwide. Ensure that you are sharing this show, you're subscribing, and you also are leaving us a review so we can create more amazing content around those areas to help you level up to the next level and also bring amazing guest experts that can share their knowledge and expertise with you so that you can create amazing legacy. All right, Legacy Builders, welcome back to another show. I'm so excited to be back with you with another show all the way from New York to Florida today. I'm so excited to be back with another amazing guest here today, and I hope everybody's okay after the little earthquake that just happened a little while ago. So yeah, Mother Nature, right? I think it's just one of those things that we get to be grateful for every day, right? And it just reminds us to stay present. At least that's what it did for me. I would love to say hi to my guest today, June Edward, and we're going to talk about a near and dear topic to my heart, which is relationships and energy, and how all of that affects each other, and how our own energetic systems as human beings kind of, how does that play out there is into entrepreneurship and the attraction of the right people that we want to serve, or the right people that we can collaborate with, or the right people to partner with. So June, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you so much for all the wisdom that you will share beforehand.
Thank you for having me.
June, let's dive right into the topic. So we talked about before the show to title today's show how energy affects all our relationships, actually. So let's kind of dive in right into the topic today. What are some of the things that we need to know around how energy affects the relationships, whether it's the relationship with self and then all the relationships with others?
So we aren't the suit that sits here. We are the energetic being that's inside, and everything in the universe is energy. People don't understand it because they can't see it, but they can't see the air they're breathing or the microwaves cooking their food either. It's there, it's all around us, and it affects everyone in everything they do. So all the people basically that are in your life are on the same energetic frequency that you are. It's kind of like a radio station. You can't get the station in unless you're on that same frequency. So it's the same thing in everything in your life, whether it's your personal life or your business life. If you want to improve your business, you raise your frequency, you bring in more abundance, you bring in more people that are on that frequency. If you want higher sales, anything like that. If you want better people, more abundance in your life, raise your frequency. The lower people will drop off, the lower frequency people will drop off, the higher frequency people will start to come in.
Powerful stuff. So how do we raise our frequency?
So there's a lot of ways you can raise your frequency. Everyone's walked into a funeral and felt that low frequency, so we understand how energy works. Everyone's walked into a wedding or birthday party and felt that elated high energy, right? So the highest level of energy, the highest vibration there is love. So if anybody's ever been in love, they feel that really high, euphoric. That is a high, high vibration. So laughter, love, all these things raise your vibration, but the fastest and easiest way to raise it and to maintain it is through meditation. That's getting out of your head and getting in touch with your soul. And the reason that raises your vibration is, again, because we're all energetic beings. Our soul is way too big for this body. Some of it's in the body, some of it's the aura that people can see over our body. And the majority of your soul is actually in the lowest level of heaven, which is the fifth dimension. And when you think of quantum physics and the speed of light is almost 300 million miles a second. If your soul, the majority of your soul is at that speed, you're tapping into that speed when you meditate. So it really raises your vibration exponentially and very quickly.
Yeah, it's so powerful, and it's something that it's right there and it's free to do. It's just a matter of, making it as part of our daily routine for sure, and prioritizing it as well. You're reminding me as you're saying that, June, around the frequency level and purpose, right? Because you talked about obviously the highest level of frequency, or the highest level, or I guess the highest force for us to raise our frequency is love. When we are in love with, with ourselves, with people, with what we're doing, right? So how does that translate into working into something that's purposeful and meaningful for you? Does that actually translate into your energy or how you show up for your
So
clients?
it does. It
Or
does again. So, we live in 3D here, and we're all having a human experience. Our soul is inside of a body having a human experience. And when you're in this body, we all have a brain in our head, but our brain is nothing more than a computer. It helps you make the decisions every day. It helps you process your information, but your brain has a very specific job. Your brain's job is to protect you. How does it do that? It does it by creating fear. Fear is a lower vibration. And when you're making your decisions from fear, you're always questioning yourself. When you get in touch with your soul at that higher vibration, you start making your decisions from your soul, and that's the knowing. Everyone's had something in their life that they've just known that they were supposed to do it. They didn't question it. They didn't think it through a lot. They just did it and it worked out fine. That is making the decision from your soul. And that's what I teach people how to do. Get out of your head, make your decisions from your soul. And that way, everything you do, you're always on the right path.
oh, powerful stuff for sure. So tell me a little bit more around the process that you work with your clients, because yes, I absolutely agree that we all have felt the inner knowing, and through the level of experience, I completely didn't even know how to even leverage that, how to listen to that, initially. But once you obviously get aware and you educate yourself around all these different topics and things, you understand, that it's really important. And a lot of the times, your inner wisdom is lying right there. And when you want to make a major business decision, let's say, or a major life decision, kind of that inner knowing, getting there and then leveraging that to be able to take action. So, what is your specific, unique methodology and process that you help your clients with? Obviously, what you could share here, because I know this is personalized work, but some of the main pillars that you utilize to get people to that knowing and then to take action from that, which we most of the time we probably hear it as inspired action, to take action once that is already there and it's already came into our awareness, and move beyond that phase.
So everything in life is a process. We didn't get where we are today without the whole process. So what I do is I teach people how energy works, how the universe really works. I unteach them what they think they know, and I teach them how it really works. So I have a 7-week program that I developed years ago in order to do this. And again, it's a process in order to do it. But the reality is that in order to raise your vibration, have the law of attraction kick in and maintain it, you have to learn how to balance your energy. And that's where the time comes in. It's not the easiest thing in the world to balance your energy. The highs aren't so high, the lows aren't so low. But once you've raised that vibration and you've balanced your energy, you can maintain the law of attraction forever. And then you can have anything and everything that you want in your life. It's absolutely amazing. It's like Christmas every day.
Hmm. So then how do you balance your energy? I think that's something pretty insightful for a lot of people, because I think most people also watching are very, mature in the personal development space. So obviously they have learned and grown in many different spectrums, and they completely understand, the energy factor and how to actually that affects us, and also the intuitive side of a lot of us, whether some of us might be more intuitive in certain areas, others in other areas. And also this is also a skill that we can develop. So then how do we balance that energy? What are some of the things that we need to know around that?
It's a process. That's why it takes me 7 weeks. If I could just explain it here, I wouldn't have to have developed the program, to be honest. It's a process. It's a learning process. It's a process that you have to go through and change the way you do things, because everything in the universe has to stay in balance. It's
Yeah.
and
It's
it's we're all entrepreneurs, and
yeah.
so we're all concerned about money. Well, money is energy, right? And again, you have to understand how money works, because money is what we use in this 3D world to show whether or not your life is in balance. Everything has to be an equal exchange of energy. This is
Mm,
why you don't go into the grocery store and pay $1 million for a gallon of milk. Not yet, anyways, right? It has to be that equal exchange of energy. So it really is a process. And people that don't do my program in order and in a timely manner, quite honestly, don't shift and aren't able to balance the energy. They have to start the program over all again from square one.
mm. and we care about doing more good in the world and serving our global communities. Our foundation, the Life School Mission Foundation, serves young girls and women that don't have access to technology, that don't have access to education that they need, and also are living in toxic environments, get more resources around those areas of self leadership, entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship. Please help support our foundation by donating so that we can support more amazing souls. For every client or student that comes through the Life School, we pay back the same service. We give that back to one young woman or a young girl so that we can help support them in those three areas. If you'd like to make any donations, check out our website at Elona Coaching / the Life School Mission Foundation, or send us an email at lifeschoolmission@gmail.com. We appreciate your support in this very important cause. All right, June, I'd love to ask you around some of the most meaningful moments that led you to this work. How did you get into this work?
So it's interesting. It's like asking a priest how to become a priest. When you finally get in touch with your soul, the universe puts you on the path you're supposed to be on. And I had no idea I'd be doing this, quite honestly. I just keep following the breadcrumbs that they keep leaving for me and knowing that they're taking me in the direction I'm supposed to be in. And one thing led to the next and led to the next. So my latest book literally was a result of the Relationship Mastery Program, because I realized everyone has the same 5 lessons they need to learn. And that was eye-opening for me. It's people just keep repeating the same loop until they learn specific lessons. And it's the reason that we get into specific relationships in our life, whether it's friends, family, work, or intimate relationships. And until we learn the lesson, we just keep repeating.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Absolutely. I guess you knew early on that you had these intuitive, and we all do, right? But most of us maybe might have had that programming that kind of hid a lot of these different things from us, for sure. June, my next question for you is around the part of the energy that is all within us. Let me come back to that, because I had a question that intuitively I want to ask you. Oh, inner alignment. We talk about this a lot now. I mean, people are, using it in their messaging and all of that. So what does authentic inner alignment mean to you, and how do you see it from the perspective of energy?
So there's lots of different terminologies for the same thing, bottom line. And it's a matter of getting in touch with your soul and listening to your soul and understanding the path that you're supposed to be on. You can't be in any more alignment than being on the path that you belong on, right?
It's as simple as that. I love how straightforward you are. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Because it's like, cut all the noise, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, people come up with 40 million names for something and boil it down. It's still the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You speak my language. But sometimes I'm like, am I too straightforward? I'm like, no, it is what it is. It's pretty, 1, 2, 3. Once you kind of get into the core of things, I guess the depth of things, right? Because in the superficial, sometimes, we could try to explain something many different ways. But once you get to the depth of something,
well, you have to get out of your ego. You have to get out of your head and out of your ego, because everybody wants to be, I want them to think I'm smart. I want them to think I'm successful. I want them to think this and that. Just be who you are, and everything falls in place where it's supposed to be, and trust that.
But you see how easy that is, like how easy it is to be with somebody that's kind of living in that, dimension, because all the extra noise is just out.
It's just drama. So, I mean, we are living a 3D life. So you have to, you got to play the role that you're here for, right? It's like an actor in a play, but you have to understand that it is just an actor in a play. It's not you. It's not who you really are.
Yeah, I heard that, and I got goosebumps from that. Thank you so much, June. Thank you so much for all the amazing service that you are having out there in the world with the work that you're especially doing. I think it's the most foundational work that we all can do as humans to get on our soul's path. just like we said, it's straightforward. It's what it
We
is.
all have a purpose. We all have a purpose, and your purpose is being the voice to give me a place. So we all have a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 3 impactful lessons, if you can, around, your area of expertise that you have learned as an entrepreneur to help you also align with your soulmate clients or the people that you want to collaborate with to grow your business in the area of entrepreneurship.
So don't be so hard on yourself. Everybody that's been in business, give yourself a pat on the back, because if it was so easy, everybody would do it, right? And don't ever think of yourself as a failure, because anyone that's succeeded in business has had multiple businesses behind them, because it's a learning and growing experience as you go. And don't start too big, start smaller. My biggest problem in life was I always started too big. I started daycares for 125 kids instead of starting one for 5 kids. So start smaller and grow, because it's an easier process for you when you do that. And then you continue to expand instead of doing it the reverse. I'm a Gemini. I do everything backwards.
I love that last one. Yeah. And we can also relate, especially with the bigger word of purpose. What's my life's purpose? What's my mission? And it could be just too much, but baby steps. And then, the more you trust your inner knowing, as we kind of clarified today, the more you take those inspired steps, and it will lead you to the right people, it will lead you to the right opportunities, it will lead you to the right next inspired action that you need to take, whatever that means for you. So
go through the door that's open. Don't try to push open the door that's closed, but don't take no for an answer, because there's always another way around.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, June, I would love to, me and you can have very straightforward conversations. I love this, but really, important fundamentals that I think are, again, very important for all of us to always hear and kind of know more about. I'm always curious around this area. I'm always trying to figure out, how does all of these things work, and how can we start implementing it into our daily life? So I love the work that you do. Where is it that the audience can continue this conversation with you, or any resources that you have put together for people that are just new to you and new to your work, that they can further connect with you beyond this conversation?
I am on all the social medias except for TikTok. They can go to my website, juneedward.com. There's no S in there. It's just juneedward.com. There are links to all the social media. There are videos on there from many of my students. There is a free webinar that people can sign up for if they want to learn a little bit more about how energy works. And then they can sign up for a call with me to see if they're a good fit for the Relationship Mastery Program, if they're interested in that as well.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much, June. I definitely encourage everyone to further connect with June, and she'll also will be inside our Facebook group community as well for you to be able to connect with her further. And yeah, June, I want to thank you for all this amazing conversation and time, and the bigger work that you do out there in the world to serve others through the area that you help. I also want to thank you for watching and always supporting the show by subscribing and sharing it, and also leaving us a review. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. I'll see you next time with another guest and conversation. Bye, everybody.
Bye.